Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Let's get started. The week of August 4th to 8th, On the Bold and the Beautiful is not just another stretch of soapy drama, it's a masterclass in emotional tension, deception, and characters pushing the boundaries of loyalty and love. Every whispered secret, every lingering glance, and every shattered illusion will build toward a chain of events that reshapes relationships and redrafts alliances. Grace Buckingham, once confident in her manipulations, is finally caught. Ridge Forrester, haunted by his past, tries to catch Brooke Logan's heart once again. But this time, the rules have changed. It begins quietly on Monday. The sun rises over Los Angeles, but for Grace, clouds have already gathered. She's spent months working behind the scenes to sever Paris's ties with Zende. She believes she's protecting her daughter, but in truth, she's just building a wall around her own fears, fear that Paris will be hurt, fear that she'll lose control, fear that she's not needed anymore. Zende, tired of the emotional distance and cryptic messages, decides to dig for answers. He casually visits Carter's office, but fate places him near the door when Grace makes a call she thinks no one is listening to. Her words are clinical, cold. Keep pushing, Paris. She can't afford another mistake. Make sure Zende understands what's at stake. Zen's heart sinks. Every kind interaction, every smile Grace gave him now feels like poison. He quietly leaves, retreating to Katie Logan's office, where he finally unloads. Katie, always the voice of reason, listens intently. She's trying to control Paris's heart like it's a medical procedure. Zende says bitterly, Katie doesn't mince words. You need to confront her. You have the right to defend your love that night. At Il Giardino, Zende finds Grace alone at a table. He sits down, calm but clearly shaken. What follows is not a screaming match, it's a reckoning. I know everything, he tells her. The calls, the lies, the manipulation. This wasn't about Paris's future, it was about your past. Grace looks away for a moment, trying to hold on to her poise. I was trying to prevent pain. No, Zende counters. You were trying to control the outcome. But love doesn't work like that. Elsewhere in the city, Ridge parks across the street from Brooke's house, heart pounding like a teenager's. He tells himself it's just a visit, but his hands tremble as he walks to the door. Before he can knock, it opens. Brooke stands there, composed, guarded. Ridge, if you're here to talk about the past, don't waste your breath. I'm not here for the past, he says. I'm here for the future. Their conversation dances between resentment and romance. Ridge tells Brooke that every time he turns away from her, he ends up lost. That no matter how many paths he takes, they always circle back to her. Brooke listens, but her eyes are tired. You always say we're destiny. But destiny doesn't break hearts every year. She tells him she's not closing the door, but she's not leaving it wide open either. Tuesday brings a reckoning, not just for Grace, but for the Forrester family. At Forrester Creations, Charlie Weber catches a man snooping after hours. When they unmask him, he turns out to be a private investigator hired by Grace to gather information on Zende and his finances. The betrayal sends shockwaves through the company. Carter, who once respected Grace, is the one who makes the call to confront her. Ridge and Steffi sit in on the meeting. You crossed the line, Ridge says coldly. Grace defends herself. I did what any mother would. No. Steffi responds sharply. You did what you wanted, not what Paris needed. Grace is suspended from her position in the Forrester Foundation's health initiative. As she leaves, she throws one last barb. You think I'm a villain? This company runs on lies and broken hearts. Meanwhile, Paris sits alone at her apartment, the weight of her mother's interference finally settling in. She remembers the warning signs, the subtle manipulations, the passive-aggressive comments. A knock on the door startles her. It's Zende. He doesn't demand anything. He just asks her to listen. Your mother tried to control our story, he says, but I still believe in us if you do too. Paris doesn't speak, but tears fall quietly. Wednesday shifts focus back to Brooke. At lunch with Hope, she recounts Ridge's visit. Hope, ever thoughtful, asks the question that haunts Brooke. Do you still trust him? Brooke doesn't answer. She stares into her wine glass as if searching for truth in the reflection. Elsewhere, Ridge seeks counsel from Eric. He walks the halls of the Forrester mansion, touching old memories like relics of a life he wants back. Eric listens quietly. She's the only person who's ever seen me, Ridge says. Eric puts a hand on his shoulder. Then see her now. Don't just remember her, fight for her. But just as Ridge gathers the courage to try again, he's intercepted by Taylor. She finds him in the showroom, lost in a moment with one of Brooke's vintage gowns. She sees the look on his face and knows, "You're still in love with her," she says, voice calm. Ridge nods. "I never stopped." Taylor exhales, more tired than angry. "Then don't keep me as a placeholder." She walks away, leaving Ridge to consider the damage he's caused to two strong women. Thursday is when the emotional momentum accelerates. Paris meets with her mother one final time. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't cry. She just looks at Grace and says, "You didn't trust me to make my own mistakes." Grace pleads, "I only wanted you safe." "Then why do I feel so broken?" Paris replies. The conversation ends with silence. Paris walks out, free but alone. Back at Brooke's house, Bill Spencer makes an unannounced visit. His entrance is bold, charming, and disruptive as always. "I heard the dressmaker is back in town," he says with a smirk. Brooke rolls her eyes, but there's fondness there. Bill doesn't waste time. He tells her she deserves better. He reminds her of their fire, their passion, their past. "You need someone who won't second-guess you," he says, "someone who never left." Their moment grows intense, and just as Bill leans in, Ridge bursts through the door. "What the hell is this?" Ridge demands. Brooke steps between them, shocked. "Nothing happened," she says, "but maybe it should have." Ridge is furious. But for once, Brooke doesn't back down. "You don't get to walk away and then get angry when I move on." Friday's episode feels like the curtain rising before a thunderstorm. At Forrester Creations, Zen surprises Paris with a quiet gesture. No grand proposals, no rings. Just a note left on her desk that reads, "Let's rebuild again." She finds him waiting at the rooftop lounge. No cameras, no pressure. Just him. "Whatever you decide," he tells her, "I'll respect it, but I won't stop believing in us." She kisses him. Not out of obligation, but because, in that moment, it feels real. Meanwhile, Deacon Sharp is having a very different kind of day. At Il Giardino, he meets with a woman named Marlon, enigmatic figure from his past. She hands him an envelope and says only one thing. He's watching Hope. Deacon opens it and the color drains from his face. A man he thought was long gone has returned. Someone with a grudge. Someone with access. Someone dangerous. He calls Hope but stops before hitting dial. He knows he must act fast but smart. The week ends not with a kiss or a confession, but with Deacon staring into the shadows, whispering, "Not again."